Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back. Look, it's been a crazy year. Let's be honest, it's been a crazy year. A lot has happened, and I'm gonna be honest, I forgot everything that happened. So thankfully, I found a very informative video that will do a quick recap of the whole year.
Poof! 2024 is officially over. Congrats to everyone that made it and everyone that didn't. All I can say is get better at the game. I feel like in the future,
Get
this is gonna
better
be
at the
that
game.
year we can say that beat
Yo,
2016.
RP man, hold up.
Poof! 2024 is officially over. Congrats to everyone that made it and
RP
everyone
to
that
the
didn't. All I can
GOAT.
say is get better at the game. I feel like in the future, this is
RP to Kichimoto. RP the GOAT, the creator of Dragon Ball.
gonna be that year we can say that beat 2016. Y'all gonna call me crazy now, but y'all are gonna look back at this video in the next couple of years and be like, I was right. I thought I would do a timeline on everything that happened this year that we actually cared about. Because a lot of these timelines and recaps every year are trash or boring. We covering the juicy politics, pop culture,
There's a lot of
social
politics this
media,
year,
entertainment,
especially
like
with the election, bro. There was a lot of politics.
and there was a lot of politics this year, just
Nah,
a heads
for
up.
real.
So without further ado, let's go over the 2024 timeline. January 2024. We start off this year with Mickey Mouse becoming public domain. This means that it loses all ability to get copyrighted by Disney and can be used in pretty much anything. Want to use it in a horror movie? You can now. Want to
Oh,
use it
them
to sell a
shit,
shirt?
bro. Legit, that was bro. Them like low budget horror films with Mickey Mouse, bro. Trash.
Can now. Want to use it in a corn film? You
It
can
was
now.
trash.
The only catch is it's
Whoa,
the oldest version of Mickey Mouse and not the newest one.
corn
Everybody
film was
want to use it
crazy.
in a corn
Not gonna
film?
lie.
You can now. The only catch is it's the oldest version of Mickey Mouse and not the newest one everybody's accustomed to. But that didn't stop a bunch of movie directors from making terrible horror movies of it as soon as the character became public domain.
Don't
It's
even
a
waste your
ritual at
time
this
on
point for
them.
this to happen. Saudi Arabia officially joined BRICS, a group of countries whose goal is to create a currency together to promote economic growth for their nations, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the UAE, and now Saudi Arabia. Cat Williams shocks the internet by airing out all of Hollywood and exposing them, saying things like the most famous comedians in Hollywood try to gatekeep from other people becoming big. I still like Kevin Hart though, he's pretty funny. Saying he always declined Diddy's invitations to his parties because he knew what was happening. This video has 84 million views. That should show.
Yo, 85. Yo, that's 85 million. 85 million for a podcast is actually really good. Like, no one can put those types of numbers unless you're Michael Jackson.
Normal interviews are not getting these type of views.
Yeah,
the only
normal
other
interviews
person who
like
could do
that
something like this with an interview
ain't
is
getting
Michael
views like
Jackson.
that.
To avoid getting
Exactly.
demonetized because
Michael
YouTube hates
Jackson.
when I say this guy's name and will immediately do it if I say it, we're just gonna refer to him as Harry Lepstein. The Harry Lepstein files became declassified and the public starts scouring to figure out who's on it. To figure out which celebrities finally
Legit, everyone on Twitter was like they acted like they cared, bro, just for them to forget about it the next day. Like legit, as soon as some files came out, no one gave a fuck. Everyone forgot about it.
gonna get exposed for being a freak. The victim says that Harry Lepstein said Bill Clinton likes them young. Nothing we didn't already know. The victim says Stephen Hawking was involved in an underage.
Nah, this shit is wild. No, this is the most wild thing I ever heard. How does that even work? This man is paralyzed. He's how does this work? I didn't even think his thing even worked, bro. Like no offense, like no, I should quit. Yes, offense, bro, because he's a weirdo. Like what the heck? He's a weirdo, bro. But like I know Stephen Hawking, he did like I think string theory or like black hole theory. That's all I know about him. But this man is this is wild. This is the most wild thing I ever heard of him being in an MC Island. This shit is wild.
Orgy. Out of all the people I thought was gonna come out on this list, this was the last person. Like, how was his freak even doing anything? I didn't even know his thingy still worked. All of his legacy pretty much burned up after this news. The victim says Michael Jackson was there but did nothing. Stop the lies on my goat, man. Never forget how the media did everything. And after this first wave of names, people were hyped up waiting for more names to drop. Then we waited and waited and waited, and the names never dropped, and everyone forgot about the whole thing. How many of y'all even remember this happened? Be honest. Man, them elites putting up work to keep it silent. Matt Pat officially retires from YouTube. The Stanley Cup went viral and started being sold out in stores all over the US. They dropped one specific cup, which was a Starbucks collab with a pink design, and all hell broke loose. They immediately started
Yo, I kid you not, a lady legit came, bro. Legit, I literally witnessed a video of a lady returning like over $500 worth of Stanley Cups. I'm like, bro, why are you hogging all those Stanley Cups just to come and return it the next day? Like, I legit saw that on like Twitter. I'm like, bro, what?
stampeding to stores to get them. People were selling these cups on eBay for 6 times their actual price. I still don't know why people were fighting over cups like this. Pretty weird time of this year. South Korea officially passed this law banning dog meat trading in 2027. Come on, bro. It couldn't have been done sooner. Footage leaks of Playboy Cardi getting arrested for going 133 miles per hour. Probably the closest any of his fans will ever get to getting an interview in years, or an album, or song. Japan makes its first ever moon landing with its spacecraft. Megan Thee Stallion officially releases her diss track Hiss, dissing a lot of rappers, which was like the warm-up of what was to come later on this year. And Nicki Minaj dissed back a couple of days later, and honestly, if you don't know anything about this beef, don't bother listening to Nicki Minaj's song against her. The winner was determined 5 minutes after it came out. Elon Musk announces that Neuralink has successfully implanted its first brain chip in a human, which allows you to do things like control your phone or computer by just thinking. I think my hands work just fine for those tasks, but if y'all want to be test subjects,
we're really getting to the point of the future where like we're legit implementing like robotic parts in our bodies. Like we're legit transforming to cyborgs.
Congress held a hearing against the biggest tech
cyberpunk is gonna be reality.
CEOs, which at this point is a yearly ritual. I think this time they passed a record of asking the TikTok CEO, is he Chinese, 1,000 times.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
It included the Instagram CEO, Discord CEO, TikTok CEO, Twitter CEO,
all the CEOs
Snapchat
in this
CEO,
bitch,
questioning them on security concerns and whatnot. UMG pulls off its music catalog on TikTok after failing to reach a licensing agreement. And for y'all that don't know, UMG owns every artist that you listen to. I'm not even joking. This is the tippity-toppity of monopolies. Between both the companies, TikTok definitely took more of the L on it because it's built on songs. And for that time being, music was just a bit more quiet on TikTok. The memes of this month were things like Low Taper Fade Ninja, Stanley Cup, Side-Eye Cat, and Blacker Chinese. February 2024. This month started off weird. Pictures went viral on Twitter of AI Taylor Swift nudes. People was passing these pics all around freely like a blunt rotation. Eventually, they banned all the accounts with the pictures, and right after this happened, U.S. lawmakers proposed a bill. The act would be a civil rights action for victims of these type of AI images and allow victims to collect financial damages for it. On one hand, this is a great and amazing law, but you're telling me it took the government years to do this and they only cared about this problem when it happened to a billionaire celebrity, when this has been going on for years for different women around the world. Great job, guys. My taxes are definitely going to use. Vince McMahon is investigated for sex trafficking allegations. He already stepped down as the CEO of WWE in 2022 because of internal investigations, but now the government is on his case. And when the government enters your case, most of the time it's GG's. Aiden Ross got scammed by 21 Savage live on stream in front of
bro. Yo, I forgot about this, bro. And he tried to play it off cool. He was like, oh, I don't even mess with that. I don't even mess with that. I gotta see who did that. Who one of my people did that. Bro, that shit was funny. He marked them cards. He was just, bro. In the same week, Aiden Ross got scammed from 21 Savage and Playboy Cardi. He paid $2 million for Playboy Cardi for 5 minutes, and Cardi just dipped after that. But I don't think he paid $2 million on front. He only paid he gave him like $500K first. But still, this man Aiden had an L week that 1 week in 2024.
Of thousands of people. I don't know how 21 Savage thought he could get away with this on a live stream. Oh, Drake's meat also leaked this month. Feel like this is a very important note of history, so I'm adding it to the timeline. Someone had to say this, okay? How was it still semi-soft in that bit? Alright, you know what? I'm getting into too much detail. Joe Rogan signs a Spotify deal worth $250 million, becoming the most expensive podcast deal in history. If the deal should have been worth that much is really up to your interpretation.
Monkey hole, and the tail and the little feet are poking out. It's like,
what the heck?
See if you can find that.
King Charles is diagnosed with an undisclosed form of cancer. Judging off the way the internet reacted when his mama got packed, if he did too, they would not hold back again either. Charles, don't make next year your last year. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, giving them 2 wins in a row. It set a record as the most watched TV broadcast in U.S. history with 123.7 million viewers across every platform.
The World Cup, 1.7 billion. Or even more, 2.9 billion.
Sony buys Michael Jackson's catalog, acquiring a 50% stake in it for at least $600 million.
There's levels
Probably
to
the worst news, considering MJ was fighting them
Real
over taking advantage of him. And when he dies years later, that's when they want to make the purchase. The YouTuber Too Mad passes away. Considering he wasn't really a good guy, a lot of the internet just clowned him. Donald Trump gets fined $354 million. A lot of the internet just clowned him.
Oh my god.
Too Mad passes away. Considering he wasn't really a good guy, a lot of the internet just clowned him.
The dude playing movie costs us the game. Too much, bro. That's
Donald Trump gets fined $354 million for fraudulent business practices in a court ruling, and his 2 sons get fined $4 million as well. Diddy faces a lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment and assault by Lil Rod Jones. This is one of the first lawsuits that kicked off that whole thing this year of Diddy getting tracked and hunted down. But I always
Jay-Z, man. It's a Jay-Z, man.
Thought he was a good guy. I mean, look how nice he is on Ellen DeGeneres show.
I had the dates wrong all this time. Diddy, come on out.
The memes of this month were things like Sad Hamster, the Apple Vision Pro, and Taylor Swift's jet. March 2024. Ryan Garcia started crashing out this month and spiraling on the internet. On his Instagram story, he posted a cryptic, devilish message with it saying, "We told you we were coming." Then he went on a rant saying elites made him watch kids get raped in a forest and he has proof of it, and started tweeting out saying if they kill him, he didn't do it himself. To this day, people still don't know why he was wilding like this. Some people think it was to hype up his fight with Devin Haney, and even he said himself that was why. But is it not kind of up to say you have proof of things like that in the name of promoting a fight? And it came out later
Nah, that's
that
going
Ryan was
too
using
far.
performance-enhancing drugs anyways,
sure
and the
going
fight
way
got
too far.
overturned. So all those shenanigans to get people hyped up to watch, just for him
Ain't
to
she
get scared
cute?
and take some drugs to win the same day. Probably
Doing
the
what I
weirdest thing
do?
that happened this year in the sports world.
I forgot how
LeBron
the end
James
of it.
becomes the first NBA player to score 40,000 points. And no matter how much the old heads and unks complain about it, he is indeed the best NBA player of all time. Thank you, King. Sadly, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, passed away.
Toriyama,
This one
go.
hit everyone deep, man. It
Akira
felt like we
Toriyama.
all had to be silent for the next couple of days. Rumor has it the cartel stopped fighting for a day in honor of his legacy. Definitely one of the most tragic things to happen.
Akira Toriyama, go. On fucking caramel felt. Toriyama, the goat. He dead ass created Dragon Ball and he died, bro. He's the goat. Oh my god. Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama, the goat. This is the saddest. I cried.
This year. Rest in peace to the GOAT. The
I
Dubai
cried.
Mall becomes the
R.I.P.
most
the
visited
GOAT.
place on Earth with a record 105 million visitors. Robert Downey Jr. wins his first Oscar for his support role in Oppenheimer, which is how you know these award shows are a scam. How did this not win for carrying Marvel for like a decade? I guess better late than never. Andrew Tate gets arrested again. Andrew Tate in the big 2024, or should I say 2025 now? Like, can I just know if they're innocent or not? I swear, I still don't know. The U.S. House passes a bill to ban TikTok. And the vote was pretty much a landslide. 352 agreed and 65 disagreed. Republicans and Democrats never get together on anything, so that's how you know they serious this time. For y'all watching in the future, did it get banned? Or was it another time of them saying it and absolutely doing nothing? Mike Pence, Trump's former vice president, refuses to endorse him. Vladimir Putin officially gets re-elected as the president of Russia, winning 78.8%
I
of the
mean,
vote.
bro, no shade's gonna win. No one's gonna actually win against him, bro. Like, this man legit controls the polls, bro. And if you speak out, you're getting killed, bro.
Will make him the longest serving leader of Russia, overtaking Joseph Stalin. If you ask me personally, I think this was one of the most fair elections to ever take place. It's not like he arrested his main competitor and jailed him, then when he died, it was deemed under suspicious circumstances. He won it fair and square. Fair and square. Seriously, is there anything Russians can even do? The Quiet on Set documentary releases, revealing how messed up Nickelodeon Studios was run and the freak nature of Dan Schneider and his friends. The main things were
Bro, this man is so freaking weird, bro. He's so weird, bro.
was that Dan Schneider wrote R-rated jokes and shows on purpose. That must be a real shocker to everyone.
He's
That the
weird,
work
but he
environment-
created like actual good shows. It's just like, damn. You really gotta separate the art from the artist.
Man was toxic and Dan underpaid female writers. The biggest reveal was that Drake Bell was SA'd by a dialogue coach who worked there named Brian Peck. And when it came time for Brian Peck's trial, a bunch of celebrities and people in the industry wrote letters to give him support. You're better off throwing your kids in a den of lions than throwing them in Hollywood and them surviving. As a child actor, most of the time your parents use you and don't really care. And the whole industry is just full of degenerates who never get checked. Like that from Future's album releases, igniting the start of the rap civil war. Kendrick Lamar disses Drake and J. Cole, saying it's just Big Me, throwing the first jab at them and seeing what they respond with. P. Diddy's home gets raided by federal agents. Sam Bankman-Fried gets sentenced to 25 years in prison for his orchestration of multiple fraudulent schemes. Godzilla x King Kong releases. Is the X supposed to be?
Yo, I didn't even see this. I'm gonna be honest. After the Godzilla vs Kong, I got for me it lost the hype. I'm not saying for everyone, but for me I just lost the hype.
A versus because I don't know, I didn't watch the movie. Becoming the top installment of the
I
series
didn't watch that
with
movie either.
571 million made worldwide.
Ooh,
And memes
I
of
mean
this
the
month
most,
were
though.
things like Green FM,
Okay.
the Willy Wonka Experience, and the Chick-fil-A Sauce Girl. April 2024. Taylor Swift is officially added to Forbes billionaire list. South Korea's Democratic Party wins its national assembly. O.J. Simpson officially debuts in a cemetery. And as
Oh,
you
he
all know,
died,
he went down
yeah.
as a legendary football hero. A man who was proved innocent time and time
And
again.
he took that shit to the grave. He took that. He didn't even say if he actually did it. He took that murder case to the fucking grave. You gotta respect it at that point.
Can never hurt a fly. I speak for everyone when I say, rest in peace, O.J. Simpson.
After we finished filming, OJ said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was
This is wild.
surprised. I think it was
This
his
is the
idea of a
most
joke.
wild
And this is it.
interview shit. It's wild.
The legendary Detroit sign hits the world and jaws drop after seeing that there are some things out there that can look more depressing than Detroit. This thing costed $425,000 to make, by the way. Drake drops his diss track Push-Ups to retaliate against Kendrick Lamar, calling him a midget, saying his fans make excuses for him not dropping. Funnily enough, he told him later on that he's dropping too much. Funny to spin back and look at that. He called out The Weeknd, Future, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross. And we sat there and waited for 3 weeks for the war to finally begin. Donald Trump's hush money lawsuit trial officially begins. Taylor Swift drops her album The Torture Poets Department, selling 2.6 million units in the first week, which is actually unbelievable. The second closest artist to get to her sales this year was Kendrick's album GNX that had 319,000.
Not even close. That shit is not even close. That's wow.
Like Taylor or not, she is running the music industry, and there's absolutely nobody.
She's the shit. Taylor Swift is the bro. Dude, even if you're not like a Swiftie, Taylor Swift fan, you gotta admit, you gotta respect her. She rose this whole shit, and she won her a Grammy too.
Even coming close to her. She also became the first artist to have 14 of the top positions on the Billboard Hot 100. Tesla recalls thousands of Cybertrucks due to an issue with the gas pedal. And there's been multiple recalls for the car this year due to other issues. Good riddance. I honestly hate every time I see one of these cyberpunk looking cars on the road. The US House of Representatives passes bill to ban TikTok, but this time they actually gave a date, January 19th, 2025. So when the time comes, let me know what happens, y'all. My prediction is that getting packed. The government been wanted it out since 2020. Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney in a boxing match. Kendrick Lamar drops his diss track responding to Drake, Euphoria, saying he's inauthentic and just pumps out music for money, saying he wishes he was one of the hoes like Sexy Red. Definitely true. And the internet got to debating immediately. And when I say debate, there was no debate really. Everybody knew Euphoria won. This is like Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, alright? It's not a fight. And the memes of this month were things like what the Sigma, LeBron glazing, and a TikTok Riz party. May 2024. Ryan Garcia tests positive for using enhancing drugs in his fight with Devin Haney. So the fight results got overturned.
This man Devin really wanted to take this. I don't even know what's going on, but like when I saw it, when this came out, this man was saying he was gonna sue Ryan and everything. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on with this. We literally saw a video on this if you want to check it out, my reaction to like the whole thing, but it's just wild.
And he got
he got pummeled, bro. He got humbled by Ryan. Ryan really, bro, this man Ryan knocked him the fuck down multiple times.
Banned from boxing for a year. Kendrick Lamar drops another diss track, 616 in LA. Main points being that he's
Ryan has a
Drake
match in
Inside
Japan
Circle
though.
wants to see his
He's
downfall.
about to
Kendrick's
box
got
someone
an
in
insider
Japan.
saying that Drake using memes isn't working and people can pick up on it. Wasn't too much really, but the very same day, just so we can keep track, this is all the day of May 3rd, Drake drops Family Matters. His main points being that Kendrick's kids aren't his and are actually his best friend's day free, saying Kendrick beats his wife, and saying he begged Tupac's estate to take down Drake's diss track. But then Kendrick drops Meet the Grams right after. And can I just say, everyone, we were really all born in.
Yo, Kendrick was just winning the whole time.
How this night went down.
Kendrick was winning the whole time.
I'm so glad I was involved in this time of moment. Going from Drake's jolly diss track that had some hard moments in it to the most dark sounding, deepest.
Kendrick just went off on
Kendrick's
Drake.
main points was telling Adonis he feels bad Drake is his dad, telling Drake's mom she failed for having a son that doesn't respect women. I respect women, guys, just so you know. Telling Drake's dad he's an enabler and is why Drake is how he is. Saying Drake only uses black women to hypersexualize and nothing else. And of course, the daughter reveal. Now this is the one thing from Kendrick's whole performance this beef that was kinda iffy. To this day, Drake's daughter hasn't been revealed other than rumors, and it definitely would have got leaked by now. But who knows in the future, it might get revealed. Then the next day, oh my god, bro, this is the amazing week. Kendrick drops Not Like Us, having the whole world yell Drake's a for the entire summer. And it ends off, of course,
Certified lover boss.
he would have been better off not dropping this at all and having Not Like Us be the last track. The fact that he took the route of, well, guess what, Kendrick? Guess what? I'm famous, so I couldn't be I'd be caught by now. Yeah, that killed any shots of him dropping another diss. And that's the whole rap civil war of 2024 music-wise. I'm leaving out certain parts because if I included everything, this whole video would be an hour extra long. Xi Jinping.
J. Cole made a diss track, then apologizes later. Can't forget that.
Visits Europe for the first time in 5 years. Maybe we'll get world peace soon, probably not. ByteDance sues to block the US from banning the app, saying it violates free speech rights. Silly TikTok. Little do they know the government cares about free speech, except when it's for something they don't like. The government doesn't even allow China to sell cars here. You think they would let you win a lawsuit on their land? Putin gets inaugurated into office. Not Like Us becomes the #1 Billboard Hot 100 song and broke so many records I don't even feel like saying them, but y'all already know it was played everywhere. A video leaks of P. Diddy beating his former wife on camera. We also gotta mention, it's crazy how long this video took to come out. It just shows the grip of power Diddy had on people. This video happened
This
in
was in March
2016, and he later
2016?
apologized in a video 2 days later. Don't know why he still thought he could salvage his public image. He had to have known it's over, right? Red Lobster files for bankruptcy. The Doge Dog sadly passed away. Rest in peace to the Doge Dog. Trump gets convicted on 34 felony counts in his lawsuit on falsified business records, becoming the first former or sitting US president to have been convicted on criminal charges. And the memes of this month were things like Man or Bear in the Woods, Drake versus Kendrick, and the New York portal. June 2024. Mexico makes history by electing its first female president. And India elects its prime minister with one of the biggest elections ever of 642 million votes being casted. Props to them for getting 642 million votes done in a day. And the US, for some reason, each state either moves at bullet train speed or is still counting votes a month later. I swear, California just does everything terrible. Joe Biden introduces new restrictions on the border after pressure from the public. Howard University revokes Diddy's honorary degree.
What even is an ordinary degree? Like, what is an ordinary degree? Like, that's just, it's just a name. Does it even hold any value?
Could they? These degrees, from what I see, are just pieces of paper college gives to celebrities for being famous. They really serve no purpose, and I'd be damned if I went to debt only for a celebrity to get it for free because they're famous. Hunter Biden's found guilty on all accounts in his felony gun charges case. Jerry West, aka the man who's the symbol of the NBA, sadly passes away. Rest in peace, Jerry West. The House passes a bill to automatically register any men age 18 to 26 for draft. They can pass all the bills they want, but when the time comes for a draft, I'll be cooling in a jail cell with my homies. The Celtics beat the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, let's hope that it never gets that deep. Hopefully, it never gets that deep to the point where I have to get drafted. But let's just hope. A guy can only hope. A guy can only hope.
Nvidia becomes the most valuable company in the world, beating Microsoft at $3.34 trillion.
Wait, what?
Nvidia becomes the most valuable company in the world, beating Microsoft at $3.34 trillion.
Damn.
I can't even comprehend that type of money or what a company even does with all that type of money. Justin Timberlake gets arrested for driving while intoxicated. This man is worth $250 million, and instead of ordering an Uber or even getting a private driver, he decides to get behind the wheel drunk. He just like me, for real. That's my favorite singer now. Vladimir Putin visits North Korea for his first time in 24 years. And you just gotta admire their friendship. I mean, look at them. I wish I had a friendship like that. That friendship is with you guys.
Yeah, that friendship is all positivity and good vibes.
With you guys. Travis Scott gets arrested for disorderly conduct. Dr. Disrespect gets exposed as a certified PDF file for being—
Bro, everyone's getting exposed this year, bro. Everyone. I forgot about Dr. Disrespect. Everyone's getting exposed, bro.
Being a gamer, the amount of controversies this man has had is odd. Is it that hard to sit down and game without cheating on your wife or being a creep? Ever forget
He had
when
a
he
wife,
posted this
too.
image before him coming back thinking it was the hardest thing
People
of
are
all
just
time? He
weird.
eventually ended up where all washed up nobodies do. Rumble. The presidential debate takes place, and oh man, it did not disappoint. It did disappoint. It's crazy how fast Biden aged, because even in 2020, he could still throw up jabs. This was so brutal to watch live. He would have been better off just skipping the debate. The Lakers draft Bronny James. And the memes of this month were things like the Hawk Tua girl, AI Vines, Freak Bob, and Let's Go Gambling. July 2024. The Supreme Court rules presidents have broad immunity from prosecution, meaning that presidents can commit certain crimes and not be prosecuted for it. This is a total shame because United States presidents have totally never committed crimes in the past, and everyone knows they have the cleanest slate in the world. LeBron James signed—
Bro. Wars and wars, bro. Like, there's a lot that happens behind the scene that you don't know, that you just don't know.
a 2-year, $104 million contract to play for the Lakers. Keir Starmer becomes the UK Prime Minister. John Cena announces his retirement from the WWE in 2025. The amount of that broke all types of bones trying to do John Cena wrestling moves in their rooms will never be forgotten. John, your legacy will never be forgotten. The Twitch streamer Sketch had a slight pass mistake leaked by somebody. Some people were mad at him for some reason.
Bro, I was scrolling through TikTok when I found out about this, and I found out by actually watching the actual video. I didn't know what it was at first, and then it took me a moment to realize that was Sketch. I was like, I instantly, no, even when I realized what it was, I instantly clicked off and exit out, closed the app. I deleted TikTok for that day. I just couldn't.
At the time,
I
and it
was
became
scarred.
this huge story on social media of people talking about it. He came on stream eventually to talk about it and responded in a pretty good way. But the fact that people bullied him to damn near making himself end his life, well, what are you doing, bro? I know you get no hoes or money. Eminem releases his album, The Death of Slim Shady, selling 281,000 copies first week and killing off his iconic character Slim Shady in the album. Whether you like M or not, Eminem had some bangers with Slim Shady back in the day. All AT&T customers' data gets exposed in a data breach. Donald Trump gives a nice speech to his supporters and nothing totally happens to him. Nah, I'm just kidding. He got shot. We gotta talk about how wild the 2024
Bro, he got shot
election
like 3
was.
times,
Like,
right?
was it really this
3 or 2?
serious? No other seasons of elections will ever go down like this, ever. And social media got
He
set
survived
ablaze
them
from
bitches
this.
too.
There were people who gave messages that political violence shouldn't be allowed and wished a speedy recovery from it. People like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris saying it, and some people did not give a f. Trump also announced his vice president J.D. Vance in the next upcoming days. Joe Biden tests positive for COVID-19. COVID fell the f off. How do you catch it 4 years later after its peak? Biden has survived so much at this point, I don't think anything can take him out. Let me just knock on this wood for 2025. He's getting up there in age, so yeah. I don't want to be blamed if something happens. JoJo Siwa breaks the record for the most disliked music video by a female artist in 2024 by a pretty good amount too. It's a
2 million. I didn't know it was that bad.
Joe Biden drops out
2
the
million
presidential race
dislikes.
after stuttering in every interview for the past 4 years, trying to learn how to walk up steps, and lying to the public, telling people he's in perfect fine shape for an old man. He made the decision on July 21st, 2024, immediately endorsing his vice president Kamala Harris right after. If Joe knew she was gonna do things like get Megan Thee Stallion to twerk for votes and Cardi B to speak, he would have locked in and changed his mind. Chris Tyson steps away from Mr. Beast's team after allegations of grooming and overall being a weirdo. I'm just saying allegations because at the time it was, but now it's confirmed true. Y'all already know. And
This
Mr.
man's a weird, yeah, bro. A lot of people from, I'm not saying a lot of people, but bro, Chris, man was a weirdo.
His image just hasn't fully recovered from this. Right after these allegations, it felt like it just kept getting worse and worse, and there was no stopping it. Just more allegations on Mr. Beast and everybody on his team. Mr. Beast's public likability stocks have never been the same. Only 100 million views, Mr. Beast, it's time to put the frosting back. Inside Out 2 becomes the highest grossing animated film in history, making $1.46 billion globally. The 2024 Summer Olympics begins. I usually don't care about the Olympics, but this year's had so many memes.
The only thing I remember is when they did the cruise ship, like the ships that were driving by, and the America came back, and LeBron was holding the flag, bro. That was a tough photo. That was when Team USA came in the boat with LeBron holding the flag. That was aura.
The Turkish shooter
That's
guy
dope.
was probably the biggest one, and the whole shooting competition just looked cold, to be honest. Robert Downey Jr. is officially announced to be returning to Marvel. He was announced to be playing Doctor Doom in the next 2 Avengers movies. I feel like this just kills the moment when he died in Endgame. I'm optimistic though, so hopefully it's good. Xbox
They better
360
not mess
shuts
it
down
up.
its marketplace. The United States national debt reaches a record $35 trillion. I still want to know who we owe money to. It seems like we sent money to every other country. And the memes of this month were things like Rat Summer, Donald Trump shot, and Starlight the Boys. August 2024. Aiden Ross streams with Donald Trump, being the first ever president to hop on a stream. Kind of wild how far streaming has come this year, and it's only been growing. This is a good time to tell you guys I also stream on Twitch, so go follow, please. Kamala Harris announces her vice president
I also stream on Switch, so go follow me too.
pick Tim Walls.
Link in the
Susan
description.
Wojcicki, the former CEO of YouTube, sadly passed away. She was one of the main pioneers in growing this platform as a whole. Rest in peace, Susan Wojcicki. The 2024 Summer
RIP.
Olympics officially wraps up, with athletes breaking 32 world records and reaching 5 billion people around the world. The social security number of every American gets stolen in a hack. My question is, how is it even possible to do?
How do you even check if your social security got hacked? Like, can we check that? I mean, like, I'm jailing.
And did y'all know this even happened? Like, your probably gone. Is our stuff
I did not. I forgot about this.
that badly protected where you can take all
I
of
thought
it
it
in
was
one sitting?
fake
Hey,
news
all
when
I
I
know
first
is I
heard
haven't
it.
been hit yet, so don't get any ideas, guys. Ronaldo breaks the world record for the fastest growing YouTube channel, gaining 1 million subs in less than 90 minutes, 10 million subs by the end of the day, 30 million subs by 2 days, and 50 million subs in under a week. I don't know how many people don't have Ronaldo as the most famous person on the planet right now, but if you don't, then this should certify that you gotta change it. The editing style
He's
on
the
his
GOAT.
videos are still pretty, like, very commercialized, but this could be the man that passes the almighty Mr. Beast hold on YouTube. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., probably the biggest independent US candidate in recent times, drops out the presidential race to endorse Donald Trump. Justin and Haley Bieber have their first kid. Shout out Justin for holding down my childhood with bangers. Feels like I'm truly getting old. The Brazilian Supreme Court shuts down Twitter in the country. Apparently this was due to disinformation being spread about the country. They lost the argument when they said false information on the app. Like, buddy, why do you think people have Twitter? To get fed lies? And see people argue.
Like, bro, Twitter is not truthful at all. Like, you should already know by now that Twitter is filled with lies, fake news, and just people just mad. Everyone's just mad. Twitter is just a bad place to be at. If you want to get mad, get on Twitter.
About things no one ever made an argument for in the first place. And the memes of this month were things like Turkish pistol shooter, Rainbow Dolphin, and Very Demir. September 2024. Sabrina Carpenter debuts #1 with her album Short and Sweet. Pretty big album for the year, but her tours be freaky as hell for some reason. Like, who's telling her to do all that for her songs? Rich homie Quan sadly passed away from an accidental drug overdose.
Where's the
for some
video at?
reason. Like, who's
Where's-
telling her to do all that
where's
for
the
her
video
songs?
at?
Rich homie Quan sadly passed away from an accidental drug overdose. Man had a legendary run back in the day. Rest in peace. Selena Gomez officially becomes a billionaire, mainly making money from her company Rare Beauty. It seems like it's a cheat code to to become a billionaire now if you were an already famous celebrity and start any company. Guess I'll have to eventually do that, right guys? You guys would buy it, right? Nick Avocado goes from the fattest man on earth to the skinniest overnight. I would have predicted
He
World
pulled
War
up like the
III would
Joker
happen
in
this
that
year before
video.
predicting this. Everyone was shocked because you woke up one day
Like the way he talked in that video, like he's him. He's him.
and Nick wasn't fat anymore. It seemed like it was written in prophecy for him to be obese for life. If you're fat now, you got no excuse. Get your ass on that treadmill in 2025. Kendrick Lamar gets announced as the Super Bowl halftime show artist. Sadly, James Earl Jones passes away, known for playing famous characters like Darth Vader and Mufasa. Rest in peace. The Minecraft movie trailer drops. It was
It looked
definitely a
terrible.
movie trailer.
It looked terrible. It looked terrible.
Yeah, not the best reception from people, but we'll see how good it is when it comes out. The debate between Trump versus Kamala Harris takes place. This year was so exhausting because why do we have two presidential debates? One is already too much for my brain. But one comment stood out from the whole debate.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Really, Nick?
Just save Bolt and Brian Griffin and we good. After that, they can chop away all they want. Tito Jackson, a member of the Jackson 5, sadly passes away. It comes out that Diddy was using baby oil for his freak-offs. Lotion or lube don't cut it anymore, so you gotta bring out the maximum
Like it was like $20,000 worth of baby oil. $20,000 worth of baby oil. Like
efficiency products. And
Like,
that's
this
what he
man,
chose.
Diddy.
Telegram now has to
Diddy
share
was I just the whole year when I think of 2024, I'm just gonna think of Diddy. Cause he was just there the whole year.
IP addresses and phone numbers to authorities if law enforcement requested. This is a huge change if you don't know, because
No, this is terrible. If y'all don't know about Telegram, let me give you a quick education. Telegram is where the plugs be having their customers go to and then they promote their deals on you know, if you know what a plug is and you know what products plugs sell, they advertise their shit on the Telegram. Damn. I feel bad for all the plugs that got caught. Let's moment silent for the plugs that actually got caught. Alright, let's get into it.
Telegram was built on keeping everything totally encrypted, which is why every drug dealer in the book was using it. So it might be over for them. They'll have to go back to the boring dark web. I wish I did it. I would have loved to thank you for shopping here message from a drug dealer after getting something. Sucks I can't anymore. That's a joke, YouTube. I've never bought a single illicit substance in my life. Kmart closes its last major store in the US. If you're still shopping at Kmart, then I think you came out the wrong century, bro. The 80s is way back there. Hurricane Helene hits Florida. And memes of this month were things like Nick Avocado's weight loss, the Minecraft movie trailer, Henry Danger side-eye, Diddy arrested, and my new character. October 2024. United States port workers go on a strike over compensations and disagreements about the use of automation. It's kind of scaring me that we're entering an era where people have to go on strikes to fight against robots already. Like I thought this was gonna happen in the future, 2099 or something. But our generation
Nah,
gotta
it's
deal with
close.
this too. The Joker 2
It's
releases,
scary
proving to
close.
people that Lady Gaga should stick to singing. The difference between the first movie and second for reviews doesn't even seem.
Bro, I completely forgot about. I think one of my first videos is reacting to the trailer. I completely forgot this movie even came out, and it did terrible.
Lizzo reveals her weight loss to the public. She's been sharing TikToks of her working out, and it's definitely been working. It's like we
Shout out
losing
to
all the
Lizzo.
fat celebrities to Ozempic or them actually caring about their bodies. Eminem becomes a grandfather. Hurricane Milton hits Florida. And the hurricane was pretty powerful, leaving places messed up. But the way they described this online and on the news, you would think Moses would have been able to part the sea. Like, did we really need to be doing all this in preparation for this storm?
It's completely closed out. The first floors of homes and businesses, and the only way to save that is to move to the higher floor of the building. Now, unfortunately,
W
there is
editing.
more than 16
W editing.
98 of the alarm are flooding the This is practically not survivable.
Young Philly gets arrested over grape allegations. He's a part of some pretty big groups like Beta Squad and affiliated with the Sidemen.
Bro, this man just threw his whole career out the window, and he deadass like ruined some of the images of the Beta Squad.
Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but all we know is he paid bail and is waiting trial. Twitter officially returns back to Brazil. They wasted no time. They must
If he actually did it, you know.
been protesting like crazy in the streets. The Weeknd hits a record 120 million Spotify monthly listeners,
Jeez.
breaking his own record. Tesla holds an event and reveals a bunch of its new technology hitting the streets. A robot taxi that automatically drives itself with no user input. A robot bus that can hold up to 20 people. And an actual robot that can communicate back and forth with humans. I don't think society is ready for actual robots. The release
Terminator.
of them is
Terminator's
in the
coming.
time frame of us being predicted to being able to have robots. And it seems like it's gonna fulfill that dream. If you're a freak, then you should be jumping with joy. At first, people thought the robots were fully communicating off the videos with no control, but it came out that people are actually controlling the robots still. Might be a while until this still. One day. One day. Abu Dhabi gets crowned the richest city in the world with an estimated capital of $1.7 trillion. When every cop drives a Lamborghini, that shouldn't be a surprise. The
Yo, I'm gonna go be a. Yo, if I get a Lambo just to be a cop, I'm gonna go over there and be a cop myself.
Federal
Might
Trade
as well.
Commission announces its final click-to-cancel rule, making it easier for consumers to cancel subscriptions and memberships, and not having to learn Minecraft enchantment table terminology to do it. Gyms are definitely after this. Sadly, Liam Payne passed away from falling off a balcony. Rest in peace. Trump
R.I.P.
put the fries in the bag. This video would have went platinum in the streets if he lost. LeBron and Bronny James become the first father-son duo to play an NBA game. I know people got their complaints about Bronny, but no one can take away this frame in history right here. LeBron's seed fulfilled the prophecy he always wanted. Russia fines YouTube 2.5 decillion for banning it in the country. And if you want to know how that number looks, it looks like this. YouTube wouldn't even be able to pay the fine because it's more money than the total amount of money on Earth. So Russians, you guys got to be stuck with video because country. And if you want to know how this wanted, Russia fines YouTube 2.5
decillion. What is a decillion?
Decillion for banning it in the country. And if you want to know how that number looks, it looks like this. YouTube wouldn't even be able to for banning it in the country. And if you want to know how that number looks, it looks like this.
33 zeros.
YouTube wouldn't even be able to pay the fine because it's more money than the total amount of money on Earth. So Russians, you guys got to be stuck with Vimeo for now. Sorry for your loss. Young Thug gets officially freed from jail. I thought we were getting 3 years at GTA 6 before this would happen. But magically this month, the unthinkable was achieved. He has to complete 15 years of probation and do community service and give presentations to kids against gang violence. No one knows when he's going to hit the studio again, but when he does, I think he'll be rapping like this.
Nah, he's still gonna be rapping about games.
Themes of this month were things like KSI Thick of It, Elon Musk jumping, Trump fries in the bag, I like my cheese drippy bruh, Winter Arc, and Still Water. November 2024.
Well, Winter Arc is always trending around like the season. Bro, Kamala Harris lost badly. It wasn't even close. The whole race, it was all Trump. Like it wasn't even fair.
Apple surpasses $2 trillion in iPhone sales, showing no matter how many times they release the same phone every year, people will be dumb enough to buy it every time. China announces it's developing a hypersonic plane. It'll be able to go 3,069 miles per hour and can travel around the whole world in 7 hours. Any bird that comes across its path in the sky is getting disintegrated instantly. I'm good on a normal plane. That's fast enough for me. Margot Robbie gives birth to her first
China
child
dropped it?
per hour and can travel around a normal plane. That's fast enough for me. Margot Robbie gives birth to her first child. Sadly, Quincy Jones passed away. One of the most legendary producers ever and known for producing Michael Jackson's biggest albums. Rest in peace. Donald Trump wins the election, finally ending the most intense election in United States history. People fought with friends, family, strangers, and anybody around them.
It shouldn't be like that, but it's the sad truth in America. That's how it is.
We're voting for. It was also the most expensive election in history, spending a total of $15.9 billion. All that money and seeing the way both campaigns turned out, I would have thought it was $1 million max. Bitcoin also soared in price this month after the election. Crypto bros might officially be back, and crypto scams too. Beyonce becomes the most nominated artist in Grammy history, gaining a total of 99 nominations.
Meme coins? Wait, is it TikTok coins or meme coins? Meme coins, that's like the new thing. Meme coins.
Tyson Ad breaks the Twitch record for the most subs on Twitch. You better watch out, Kai, because best believe I'm coming for you. I'm not too far off that. Did I ever mention that stream, guys? Joe Biden and Donald Trump meet at the White House to discuss the transition. The fight of the century happens. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I would have been better off.
It was the most boring fight. I was so... I mean, I don't know what I expected. Mike Tyson's like really, really old. I think he's like 60 or 70. So I wasn't really expecting much, but I still wanted Mike Tyson to get some jabs in him. Like some jabs in Jake, but the whole time, I don't know. It was sad. It's the saddest fight ever.
To learn the outcome after than watching this abysmal fight live. I hope after this we never have to experience a Jake Paul boxing match ever again. But for historical reference, Jake Paul did win. Shocker. Malcolm X's family sues the FBI, CIA, and New York police in a $100 million federal lawsuit. They accuse them of letting his murder play out. The US Pentagon fails its 7th audit in a row, saying they couldn't account for $824 billion. Crazy how as a citizen, if you miss a dime on paying your taxes, you get 10 years of prison. Meanwhile, our own government can't even do their own get a pat on the ass. They better start giving them penalties for this.
I mean, who's gonna stop the government? Who's gonna stop them? They're literally in control. Like, who's gonna stop them?
People aren't gonna keep taking this. NBA YoungBoy gets sentenced to 2 years in prison. Colombia bans child marriage in 2024. The worst part about this is they tried 8 times previously and failed. If your government officials are this sick, you gotta leave the country. Kendrick Lamar drops a surprise album, GNX, selling 319,000 copies first week and debuting at #1. Credit card debt in the US reaches $1.17
Kendrick is on a
billion.
roll this year, not
Cheating
gonna
is
lie.
officially no longer considered a crime in New York. A lot of happy relationships are gonna be broken up very soon because of that. Drake files a lawsuit against UMG for allegations of helping Kendrick Lamar win the beef. Now, I'm not gonna go into full detail of this because it's
Kendrick won the beef because he just out rapped you. He out rapped you. Like, it's
way
as
too
simple as
much. But
Kendrick.
technically, Drake isn't suing Kendrick. He's suing his music distributor that they're both under. UMG said, if you're gonna sue us, though, we're gonna sue Kendrick because we're not getting involved. We're gonna have to see where this goes because if Drake loses this lawsuit, it's just embarrassing. Like, how do you lose a beef, sue to say he didn't win it fairly, then lose the lawsuit? Australia bans social media for anyone under 16. I don't think it's even possible to enforce something like this. If it's under 18, then you could easily just say you need an ID to sign up, but 16 and under is a weird age because you can't really ask for the ID. Australian kids going through it right now, though. And memes of this month were things like Chill Guy, The Rizzler, I Understand It Now, and Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. December 2024. Joe Biden pardons his son Hunter Biden over his federal trial. I think anyone would do that if they were president, to be honest. True, my homie could be a serial killer and I'm pardoning him. The CEO of a major healthcare company, United Healthcare, got pew-pewed on the street. He probably thought his legacy
We legit had the Joker and the Riddler this year. Legit, the Riddler, bro. And that McDonald's employee who snitched got nothing. He's still working at McDonald's. He's still flipping burgers.
he was gonna go down as a great, hardworking guy who built his way to the top. Meanwhile, his killer's getting kawaii edits and he's getting laughed at. CEOs is cooked for the future after this. I never expected how big this story was gonna get. Brain rot is named Oxford's word of the year. Mr. Beast announces he'll run for president when he's 50 or 60. Imagine he gets in the White House and he does YouTube vids instead of anything. I put 100 illegal immigrants in a circle and whoever wins gets a green card. I'd watch that video, Mr. Beast. I'd watch it.
Oh, I
Bitcoin
actually
reaches
watched
an
it.
all-time high of $100,000. Federal appeals court upholds that TikTok has to be sold to a U.S. company or will be banned on January 19th. The Notre Dame Cathedral officially reopens after its fire in 2019, welcoming world leaders around the world for the reopening. Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a civil lawsuit with Diddy. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but having a lawsuit even filed against you like this is wild. Taylor Swift entered 21-month Eras tour, making $2 billion total on the tour. I don't gotta tell you that.
Who's doing this? Who's pulling numbers like that? 2 billion?
That's the highest earning tour ever. Should be a given. Chipotle raises its prices 2% due to inflation, and they also lower their chicken giving percentage by 10%. Nah, that's cap, but every year I think they actually do that without telling customers. The man who packed the United Healthcare CEO is officially arrested. Crazy how they can work this fast for a killer as soon as they hit someone rich, but take years to solve a murder case. Epic Games is forced to
Yeah,
refund
that's actually
$72
wild.
million to players
They care
for
about the rich
unlawful
only.
billing practices. MGK and Megan Fox break up. Doing all that freak like drinking each other's blood only to split up is pretty embarrassing. Whoever else they get with after is always gonna know they drank their ex's blood and have it in their thoughts. Tokyo mandates a 4-day work week to its government employees due to declining birth rates, aka they want less working and more working. Elon Musk becomes the first person to reach a $400 billion net worth. Donald Trump is named Times Person of the Year. I'm up next, trust the process. Stanley Cup recalls 2.6 million mugs after faulty cups. The fact that people were going crazy for them in the beginning of the year, only for them to potentially have to
Why? I don't know why they were going crazy on it. It's just a cup. Like, it's not that big.
return it back is hilarious. LeBron
Just
decides to
return it
step
for
away from
sure.
the Lakers for personal reasons. People are making rumors saying he's washed or it's over, but I don't tolerate any disrespect for the king. Hot Ones gets sold for $82.5 million. 12
Yo, this man has carried Hot Ones, bro. Shout out to the dude. He's been carried. Shout out to the dude.
tolerate any disrespect for the king. Hot Ones gets
This man, bro, has worked his ass, bro. He legit carries the show. Like, shout out to him.
sold for
Well deserved.
$82.5 million. 12 unreleased Michael Jackson tapes are discovered in a California storage unit. Starting off 2025 with new MJ music would be peak. The Federal Trade Commission bans hidden junk fees on any live ticket events and short-term lodging, requiring companies to actually disclose the full price up front. You get one government. One W. The new Superman trailer releases. They got this man Clark Kent looking like a TikTok e-boy, come on. But overall, people like the trailer. Party City shuts down all of its stores after 40 years. Probably the last time anybody's ever been to a Party City. And memes of this month were things like the CEO assassin.
I have memories going to Party City. Like, every Halloween when they had all the Halloween costumes. That's all I remember from Party City when I was a kid. And then I never went. As soon as I grew up, bro, I haven't seen Party City ever since.
Nation. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of 2024. It was a wild ride this year, but at least we all made it. By the way, if the last 2 weeks or so don't have tracking, I simply couldn't because I'm doing this early and I won't have time to add everything last minute. Sorry about that. I thank all y'all for watching and supporting me this year. We only going up. Make sure y'all check out all my channels, and I also stream too. Very important. Follow me on
That video. I'm gonna put it down in the description if y'all want to check it out. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.